Okay, so good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever time zone you are, to whoever's watching this, right? Okay, this is a different kind of video. This isn't my usual rant where I complain about something. Again, I will be complaining about something, but this isn't the usual kind of complaint. It's similar, but it's usual. This has to do with me and my time recently with playing Fortnite. Now, a lot of people know who Fortnite. What? Not who. Oh my god. A lot of people know what Fortnite is. Fortnite is a game where, at one point, it was literally just a story game called Save the World. I think Shard did I say it? But anyway, going such that. So, um, then Then when it got popular, Battle Royale dropped in 2017. That is when I first started playing Fortnite. I don't have that account anymore. Long story. I'm not going to get into that, right? So I got back. I kind of like temporarily quit in 2020, at the end of 2022, after the shift of this storyline. Yes, Fortnite Battle Royale has a storyline. The shift in the storyline, I wasn't fucking with it. I wasn't feeling it. So I just quit, and I came back towards the end of that chapter, which was chapter 4, and I've been playing since, and you know, it's been fine, but it's just been little inconveniences up to this very point to where it's like I'm never gonna touch the game again, and if I touch the game again, it's either gonna be me playing OG or not, or just I don't know, like I cannot be asked with this game anymore, like genuinely. There is not a time when I'm playing this game where there's either some toxic asshole or some annoying ass little kid, right? And yeah, I'm 23, still playing Fortnite. Most of the people that are playing now, I probably got like at most of 10 plus years on them. That's fine. But I have been playing this game since I was 14 years old. This game is technically a part of my childhood. My childhood usually generally starts from 5 years old. It really starts from five. Yeah, five, which is when you start kindergarten, all the way to when you turn 18 and after you graduate high school. All right, that's pretty much your entire childhood, from toddler into a little kid or child or whatever it's called, to an adolescent, and then to a young adult. I am still in that young adult stage, given I'm 23. Okay, right. Fortnite is a game where I can't let go of it, and well, up to this point, I haven't been able to let go of it. Now, I kind of want to just drop it. It's just been constant ridiculousness. I'm gonna start with the first thing. I'm gonna just start with recent stuff, recent times. So, Fortnite started actually genuinely getting good again. The story picked up back again. They had a live event for the storyline to complete phase 1 of Fortnite's storyline. Right, it was pretty good. It was like Avengers Endgame in Fortnite. It was really fun. I really enjoyed that event, and the only other reason I'll keep playing Fortnite is for the story, but I can't be asked. I've played ranked, okay. I've peaked Unreal one season. I could easily do it. I got like 3 weeks or so max to do it, but I can't be asked. My initial plan last season was just to hit Unreal and then retire, because I've been playing this game for nearly 10 years. Every time I play this game and I go into creative matches, it's always something, dude. It's always something. The one time I ran into these guys, they were being toxic. I was, as usual, I was nice at first, right? And I was cooking them. It was like a 1v5, and I won, and they got butthurt, and they reported me. They took advantage of things that were said between me and them, but they reported me, and with the fucking shitty moderation system, I was the one that got reported, completely ignoring what they said. I don't understand how it fully works, but that is how I think it works. And that's probably how it works, which is unfair and really biased, and backwards. But I got not banned. I didn't get permanent ban. Obviously still have my account. I got a 7-day social ban, right? And where am I going with this? I got another one for the same fucking shit. But the only difference is I wasn't winning like a multi 1v1. But this one dude 18 years old, really pathetic by the way, 18 years old acting like this, sitting there talking shit the whole time after killing me, and I proceeded to shit on him, right? And he's just, and then him rage baiting's not working, and then I actually started to warm up. I made the excuse, which is a genuine valid excuse. I haven't played before today, and a little bit of yesterday. I haven't touched this game in like 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks at least. I have not been playing this game. All right, and I'm not like crazy good where it's like I can go away from the game for a year and I'm still good. Like obviously I still got it. I just need to warm up a little bit and it takes a while. But it's shit like these games that I play where I run into these annoying ass people and it's just like it's a turn off. I don't like it. Like yeah, just the internet, it's games, but you know, I just don't want to deal with that shit. I don't want to deal with that. I want to play the game. I don't want to sit there and join a game, you know, do some 1v1s or free-for-all. People say free-for-all is not a 1v1. A free-for-all in a shooter game like Fortnite is a multi set of 1v1s for like a certain number of people, okay? Those who play Call of Duty will know what I'm talking about, okay? And these idiots, I'm gonna say they're fucking idiots, these moron idiots are trying to say that it doesn't count as a 1v1 when a free-for-all in a game like Fortnite is a multi-set of 1v1s, as I just said, where a bunch of people fight it out and whoever has the most kills, points, or whatever, they win. Right? Now obviously there's no time limit on this specific game mode, but it's still a free-for-all, and I've done build fights in this map. I've won multiple sets, multiple interactions, and multiple 1v1s. For those who don't know what a set in competitive gaming is where you do a certain amount of 1v1s, and whoever wins the most 1v1s is, or whoever wins the most individual 1v1s wins the set. So, if we're doing a set, right? If I'm doing a set with my friend Alex, right? We're 1v1ing and we're going to 15. Whoever wins 15 games first wins the set. In simple terms. If you want more details, just Google what is a set in competitive gaming or gaming, whatever works for you. Okay? And it'll probably give you a better explanation. I try to give the best simplified explanation I could give. Alright, I have won multiple of those, right? So, I didn't take the screenshots, and I'm not still in that game. I literally left. I didn't realize. But because those guys were talking shit, and I was obviously talking shit back, right? The one dude, it was either him or someone else, but I'm pretty fucking sure it was him. He had the absolute audacity to report me. On top of that, you're gonna beat me, blah, blah. After sitting there repeatedly, sitting there on height. He even grabbed the Zen. I know he grabbed the Zen because I've seen someone use a Zen. A Zen in Fortnite is basically, it's like aimbot. It's pretty much like aimbot. It's undetectable AI, or undetectable aimbot. And it's fucking ridiculous. He went AFK for like a good 5 minutes and then came back and then started spraying me with an SMG with the most insane accuracy I've ever fucking seen. Right? Oh, actually, I saw it once, but that dude, I caught that dude. Literally, he was not. He literally left after I ran into him in another game, because he was trying to fuck with people with a Zen, right? Okay, this guy pulled out a Zen, right? Because I started cooking him after he was talking shit, and I said, dude, if I warm up, I'm gonna shit on you, and I started to warm up and shit on him, and then he went AFK after I killed him like 2 or 3 times, after him constantly talking shit. Right, and then he tried to say, "Oh, you're running." I was using shockwaves because that's the meta in the pit. Seemingly, everyone uses shockwaves, and it's honestly effective as shit. I use the shockwaves, run away, heal, shockwave, heal, or box up. You know, if these dudes got accurate aim or they're being petty and using Zens like this guy. Right, he pulled out a Zen, and then he couldn't, and then at some point he started hanging on the wall. Now the thing is with the wall gives you a great advantage. You can't build on the wall, so if you have really good aim, and your aim's better than the person that you're fighting, if they've got to you on the wall, you're obviously going to win, or vice versa. It's really annoying, and it's unfair, for the most part. And then, if not, they can just spray on height, and then, you know, There's a timer for builds, all right, and if even so, they'll just spray you and break down, and before you can get up there, you've already broken. Sorry, oh my god, fuck. Before you get up there, before you even get close, you could be crazy fast at cranking eyes like me, because that's what I'll do in that situation. They'll just break you down. They'll either use an SMG with a Zen, or just an SMG in general that has a high fire rate and a high caliber, or what they'll do is they'll use a minigun or a lead splitter or whatever they can use to do that, to quickly break down, and then and then they'll continue to talk shit, right, and say you're not good, but literally 5 minutes ago, in close-ups, when I was actually hitting my shots, and actually, like, not getting screwed by bad pellet spread, which is for shotguns, or bad bloom, which is for SMGs, ARs, and pistols, right? Okay, when I wasn't getting bad pellet spread or bad bloom, and I wasn't lagging, because Fortnite servers have also been fucked. Speaking of that, ever since Epic Games decided to fire 1,000 employees, the game just runs like shit, and other people have complained about glitches, and, the game's just unplayable, which is another reason why I haven't been playing, right? But to sum it up, I'm just tired of this game, Let me pause the recording real quick and show you guys in a sec. Let me just pull this up. Hold on. Alright, so I want you guys to know I'm Elite 1, right? They changed ranked. I have no wins. I don't give a fuck about getting wins, okay? Say what y'all want about my average elims and whatever, dude. I don't fucking care, because one, I haven't even played that much this season, and I don't care anymore. Okay, now let me just show you. I got one win this season. I only care about getting the one win to get the fucking the umbrella. Alright, so let me go here, go to career. Okay, I have 149 wins, a 3-1 KD. This is for Pobs, but no, I don't. Like I said, I already don't care about rank stats. So whoever's gonna say I'm shit because my rank stats are worse than my pub stats, I don't care. One, I played for the most part. I've always been a pub player, and I didn't start grinding ranked till a couple years ago. Okay, now let me show ranked. Okay, it's not gonna be as good as this. Let me show ranked. Okay, look, 5 wins. The KD is second. I don't give a fuck. But peak rank, unreal. Now I wasn't top 50 or anything like that. Okay, all right, this guy. Hold on. Oh, I can't even fucking see it. But there's this dude named Rips. Okay, his name is also Kenny. He is a jerk. He is a manizer and an arrogant asshole, and I cut him off for a number of reasons. Also, ignore my desk. It's a mess. I'm not even showing your desk because my apartment's a mess. But ignoring that, right? He kind of helped me get a little better. He was the blueprint for me to improve a little bit. That's fine. He served it. In a way, he served his purpose. It sounds fucked the way I said that, but he was an asshole, he was a fake piece of shit, and he just wanted to fuck with me. So he never cared about actually being my friend. So fuck him, right? He served his purpose, he helped me get better. He was the blueprint for me to improve and for me to figure out what I need to do to actually get better. And after that, I peaked Unreal, and then I achieved all my goals. I don't care about qualifying for FMCS anymore, even though I could probably make hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, potentially millions, like Ninja Tower Blevins, Cypher PK, Ali Hassan, I think that's his name, yeah, because it's on his Instagram. Mr. Savage, Clicks, Peterbot, like those guys, like obviously I got miles to go to have those kind of earnings, but with Tower Blevins, he didn't just make millions from playing Fortnite. It was mainly from YouTube, but primarily from Twitch. At one point in time, he was the world's biggest Twitch streamer, last I checked. Like Kai Cenat levels, if not greater, but Kai Cenat is still pretty good too. But this is a 14-minute video. This is going to be an Insta Reel, and I'm probably going to post this on YouTube as well. I just don't like the state of Fortnite. I just, I've been dealing with toxicity for like damn near like 2 decades. I mean, it all started in kindergarten, but it gradually got worse as the years went on. And, I'm just tired of dealing with it. I can avoid it, and I know I'm tired of fighting. It gets nowhere. You could say what you want, and they'll eventually fuck off. But there's always someone else. There's always someone else that will take their play. That will take oh my god. There's always another person that will end up taking that person's place, and then they're the new toxic asshole. It's a never-ending cycle. I can be pretty toxic too, but the only times I'm ever toxic is when someone is being a bitch to me or someone's toxic to me. That's the only time I'm ever toxic to anyone. Okay. The only other time I'm ever toxic to anyone is if I don't like someone, but they have to do something for me to not like them. Like they deserve it, kind of shit, kind of thing, like type of shit. They deserve it. For the most, some people say, oh, some people say that's not very humble. Who am I to say who deserves what? But that depends on what they did. No one's perfect. Ignoring all that as well. I just don't like the state of Fortnite. Now listen. See, I have Kim K. People say, oh, you're a gooner. Oh, you're dumb mad. I don't give a fuck. I've had a crush on Kim K since I was little, dude. When I saw my mom watching the Kardashian show, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if her tits are fake or her ass is fake. I don't care. She's attractive. Alright? Like, I spend a lot of money on this game. Okay? Some of the stuff that I have, I'm not gonna say who, but someone gifted me some stuff, That's another story for another time that I'm not wanting to get into right now, because that's kind of still work in progress. But, I've spent money on this game, and I genuinely like it, like, with the Battle Royale storyline, the mechanics, it was a shit, oh my god, I cannot talk, I need to go to sleep soon, that's right, it's fucking almost 6 o'clock in the morning, I stayed up all night again. Well, I have had a bad night, but again, I'm not going to get into that tonight. Or this morning. Tonight/this morning. But anyway, what's it called? I genuinely like Fortnite. When I got into it in 2017, it was a complete shift from Minecraft. I actually liked it. I was skipping school one day from being bullied in September, or actually October. October was when the first time I tried Fortnite, but when I actually started playing it, it was like more like November. Into December of 2020, or oh my god, 2017. What the fuck is it? I can't talk for shit. But anyway, I was skipping school because I could not be out of the bullying. Later on that day, my mom fucking yelled at me, like, "Why did you skip school?" I'm like, "Mom, it was a whole thing, and that's fine." But, I tried for it and I was like, yo, I actually really like this. Like, I remember the old map, the old graphics, all of it. I remember all of it. It was. I'm probably one of the only, like, well, not all. There's a lot of people, but like a lot of people who genuinely remember that shit. Like Fortnite. I have a lot of core memories with Fortnite, and back in like Fortnite's prime and OG days. That's just one of my core memories. Now, I'm entering the 20 minutes into this video. If any of you have watched up to this point, I really appreciate you hearing me. Okay, obviously, if it's Insta Reels, people are gonna scroll, dude, and that's fine. If they're gonna scroll, just do it. If you haven't already, just do it. Because a lot of people don't want to watch an 18-minute video from someone who they don't even know. But, I'm just, for those who do watch, I really appreciate you. I'm just going to wrap this up so it doesn't go any longer. I quit Fortnite. I don't like the state of the game. The game's functionality is messed up, especially after Epic Games fired 1,000 employees. That definitely did it. A lot of people are shitting. I've been shitting on Epic and still are probably very likely for firing 1,000 employees. Man, a lot of those employees that they fired actually were very core employees for the stability of Fortnite, and that kind of like they're still getting backlash, mainly Tim Sweeney, and that's, Tim Sweeney, that's, you're never probably going to see this, but that is I don't know anything about running a business or a gaming company, but that's a pretty stupid move to fire 1,000 employees, especially amongst those 1,000 people that you fired are making sure your game is stable and running and not in the shit abysmal state it's in right now in every fucking aspect. And that's not even counting the fact that you're catering to the crybaby oh my god, I cannot talk. The whining crybaby losers that mainly are zero build players who either complain about people, quote unquote, I'm rebuilding, or they complain about shockwaves, or this, that, or the other, and then Fortnite just fucking fucks the game to make the whining shitters happy. While people who actually know how to play the game and learn how to play the game and actually been there, done that, had to get fuck all for fuck all. It's like, dude, fuck you, Epic Games. That's just a bad taste in my mouth. You're just spitting down my throat. I've been playing your game longer than probably half half of the concurrent players that are playing right now. I want y'all to understand. Last season, there was a concurrent player count of over 43 million. I googled it. People say, "Oh, let me tell you right now, AI overview has fixed about 98% of my problems. And sometimes the searches weren't perfect, so you just have to change the search or do something. But 98% of the time, AI fixed my problems. Messy, right? That computer right there, that motherboard, I thought I fucking bricked it. AI helped me fix that. I had to boot into the backup BIOS and then recover it. AI helped me do that. Where the fuck is my MacBook? My MacBook right there. I just bought that. Right. I messed some shit up. I pulled up AI to find a search to fix something. I was reinstalling macOS High Sierra. Okay. And that's just one example, right? Because all the other stuff I tried was not good enough, right? I reinstalled macOS High Sierra. Oh my god, I got an error saying server recovery is not found. Holy fucking stutter. And I found the video, and after that, I even took the URL link, and then I converted it to an MP4, and I saved it for when I need it again, right? Okay, that MacBook right there, okay. The one on top that was having issues, all I had to do was just go into disk utility and do the first aid option on the storage device on that MacBook because I was having issues booting it up and I thought I had to keep jump starting it. And guess what? AI helped me fix it. So, yeah, people can say what they want about AI. AI has fixed my problems. So, what I said about 43 million concurrent players last season, it's 100% probably accurate, if not a little bit off, but still in the millions. Okay, all right. And by the way, Fortnite, I believe, has over 1 billion players total. Like max players that have played their game, it's probably in the billions, if not hundreds of millions. 100 plus millions. I remember when they brought back OG. I think if I remember, they had over 700 million people playing. That was the last time they ever broke records. And then after Chapter 5, the game started to die again. So yeah, that they had their one shot and they fucking blew it. Well, I wouldn't say they blew it because the OG was a success, and the only reason I still have this game, other than Kim K and a few other characters that I have in the storyline. Hold on, where is it? OG. Where the fuck? OG is the only reason I still play this game, and the fact that it's on an infinite loop is the only reason I still play this game. Okay, and given the route of the game and the history and the story, the Chapter 2 map, it's possible, and I'm looking forward to that because then I'll have more reason to stay into Fortnite. Because Chapter 2 was where I kind of peaked at one point. It was the first time I ever peaked on that game. Yeah, sure, they had bots, but eventually I couldn't tell the difference between players and bots, but eventually at some point I was able to recognize players, and I was cooking people. But back then the players were not what they are today. But still, I was pretty good back then. Okay, I think I was pretty good back then. Okay, right. So, I'll still play Fortnite, but I've just come to the conclusion tonight that I can't be asked with it anymore. Like, I've gotten to the point now where I got back into Minecraft. Now again, I love Minecraft. Minecraft came before Fortnite for me, okay? And that MacBook I showed you guys, I'm using that to run modded Minecraft. It can run modded Minecraft. I've gotten good FPS on there, playable FPS. I really only need 60 max because the refresh rate is 60 Hz. Yeah, I could push higher FPS, but unless I connect it to an external display, like a high refresh rate monitor, it's fucking useless. And that refresh rate monitor, unless it's 1440p, excuse me, oh my god, I'm downgrading from 1920 by 1200p to a probably 1080p 165 hertz or 240 hertz or whatever monitor. Yeah, 1080p is still fine. That's over 1080p, but unless it's a 1440p or 4K monitor, which by the way I'm not going to be playing games on 1440p or 4K if I can barely get 120 FPS on 1200p at medium high settings on Minecraft 1.7.10 with Forge and Optifine and a bunch of mods, right? I mean, that's still pretty good given that laptop is also 15 years old, but again, and the one world, I don't have it anymore, but that one world that I played, I enjoyed it. I felt like I had never advanced that far in a modded survival in a long time, and I might actually try to get good at combat because I want to play servers. Myplex is actually making a return, which is awesome. I will not, if they do the membership, I will not really get my lifetime membership because that again, that ship is sailed, that account's gone. But we're not gonna get into that as well. Um, but you know, and in Hypixel, I like that server. That's kind of been my replacement for Mindplex for some time, But I like survival games, I might want to get good at combat. The MacBook I have actually has a really good keyboard. It's actually that iteration of the MacBooks up to I think 20. I think it was 2014 or 2015. I don't know when they introduced the butterfly, but the butterfly keyboard was one of Apple's biggest mistakes. But those MacBooks, I love the keyboard and the trackpad. Awesome, awesome, awesome trackpad. I don't know what's in my hand. I don't want to do this. Awesome fucking trackpad, man. But anyway, that's my yap. That's my yap set. Oh my god. That is my daily yap session with a off and on stutter sesh. Okay. If any have watched up to this point, I really appreciate hearing me yap. Okay. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.